everyone, my name's Kunal and I'm the founder and CEO of FinRight. FinRight helps businesses streamline their CRM and billing workflows. Now, one question we get in our line of work all the time is, should I use HubSpot billing or should I use Stripe billing? And what's the difference between these two anyways? I'm excited to answer this question in depth today, and we'll do it from the perspective of a sales-led business, meaning a business that uses a sales team to make sales rather than having a self-serve checkout flow. Obviously, if you're a hybrid business that does a bit of both, this is still relevant to you. So to get started, it's helpful to understand what are the different systems in play. You have your CRM, and in this case, we'll assume it's HubSpot. And your CRM stores information like contact details, deal details, what have you agreed to sell, and other relevant information around attribution, touch points, and so on and so forth. Then you have your billing system. This is in charge of figuring out how much you want to bill your customer in detail per what you've agreed to in your deal and contract terms, what taxes and discounts look like, how they factor into the bill, and presenting the bill via a checkout form or an invoice. And then you have your payment layer. This is responsible for charging your customer's credit card and bank account, and usually happens invisibly and comes integrated with the billing system. So we'll cover how you could do this with HubSpot billing and payments, or you could do this with HubSpot CRM and Stripe billing and payments. So let's start with looking at HubSpot. Why would you want to use HubSpot billing? Well, the obvious reason is you're already using HubSpot for your CRM. So if you bill via HubSpot, you've got everything in one place. This makes it a lot easier to automatically kick off billing with some of the information that goes into your billing system, like the contact details and line items that are in your deal, already flowing over without any integration or copy pasting required. Additionally, if you don't typically give your sales team access to financial systems like Stripe or your accounting system, it can be helpful to have all this information live in HubSpot so they can easily see it. Another reason is you might save on fees. HubSpot charges $85 to $145 per month per seat for Commerce Hub, which is what you need to drive billing, as opposed to Stripe, which charges $620 per month, or 0.7% of volume billed through Stripe. The $620 price, by the way, is for any number of seats. The flip side of this, why would you want to use Stripe? One of the biggest reasons is Stripe handles a lot more complicated and nuanced billing models. If you have situations where you're billing for a mix of a one-time fee and a subscription on top of that, much easier to set that up in Stripe. If you have situations where you are billing different prices in multiple years, so you offer a steep discount your first year, and then your price ticks up in your second and third year, very difficult to have that billed in HubSpot. If you have usage-based billing, so you're, let's say, a technical company that's selling an API service, and you bill per instance of that API, not possible to set up in HubSpot at all. And if you have proration, so you have a seat or a subscription that should be billed at half the price if it's canceled, say midway through the cycle, not something that HubSpot handles well. So the more your billing complexity, the better off you might be with Stripe depending on the specifics. Secondly, Stripe's look and feel can be a lot more preferable and polished for things like invoices and checkouts that are customer facing. Many businesses we work with prefer Stripe to handle those aspects of the experience. And then if you're a business that has a sales channel that's self-serve and also has a sales team, you might want to centralize your billing information on Stripe itself to keep your financial data in one place and keep really important billing and financial calculations simple by not having them copy-pasted in different places. And then finally, if you're not based in the US, UK, or Canada, HubSpot Payments is not available to you. You can still bring over a pre-existing Stripe account to charge in countries outside those three, but those integrations can sometimes be difficult and break in cases where you've synced previously that Stripe account to a different HubSpot account. We won't get into the details of that, but it can be a lot easier if you're not in one of those three countries to use Stripe billing and Stripe payments. One thing to quickly point out, HubSpot is working on more complex billing models. Specifically, they've made announcements for HubSpot Contract and CPQ functionality, so it's worth keeping an eye on if this information is still up to date within 6 months. But for now, Stripe still remains the best billing option if you have more complicated billing models. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, we hope we've cleared some confusion for you on whether or not you should be using Stripe billing or HubSpot billing. If you want to go more in depth or chat about what's appropriate for your needs, please reach out to me. I'm at Kunal at finright.co. And then finally, a little bit about Finrite. Finrite works to make sure that your sales out processes can be as efficient as possible. So if you do decide, for instance, to use HubSpot CRM and Stripe Billing, we work with you with an easy to onboard experience and off the shelf product to make sure that when a deal closes in HubSpot, for instance, you can have your Stripe billing generated automatically and have changes in Stripe bite back into HubSpot. We also work with things like ensuring that you have the right approval flows for finance, that your sales reps can code quickly and have all that information synced between two systems to make sure your data is accurate. We look forward to hearing from you.